Here to see Assistant Director Harold Cooper. Tell him it's Raymond Reddington.
The Blacklist premiered on NBC in September of 2013 and has run for a thrilling 8 seasons. So far, the show follows Raymond "Red" Reddington, a former U.S. Navy officer turned criminal, who hands himself into the FBI after being a wanted man for decades. Today, we'll be taking a deeper look into the lives of the cast of the hit NBC show, their real ages, behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, and who's dating who. Stay tuned for all that and more. But before we get into the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of the new content we post. For 174 episodes, The Blacklist has had us on the edge of our seats. Here's the scoop. Raymond "Red" Reddington, who had vanished 2 decades earlier and became one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives, walks into the J. Edgar Hoover building in Washington, D.C. and hands himself in. Taken to a secret FBI site, Reddington persuades the agents not to prosecute him for his crimes. In exchange, he says for a list of some of the most dangerous and devious criminals in the world, individuals that the U.S. government are not even aware of. Reddington teams up with Elizabeth Keene, a rookie profiler newly assigned to the base. Over 8 seasons, the mysteries surrounding Red and Liz's lives and his keen interest in her are revealed more and more as each episode they track down one of the world's most dangerous criminals. So who's who in the Blacklist? Here's the breakdown. This is who you need to know. James Spader stars as Red, the mysterious criminal turned informant, with much more to him than meets the eye. Megan Boone is Elizabeth "Liz" Keene, born Masha Rostova. Keene is a special agent with the FBI on Harold Cooper's team, the Counterterrorism Division. Speaking of, Harry Lennix is Harold Cooper, the Assistant Director of the FBI Counterterrorism Division. Cooper uses Red to hunt down the Blacklist criminals. Diego Klanoff is Donald Ressler, another special agent on Cooper's team. Ryan Eggold plays Tom Keene, the husband of Liz. Tom works as a covert operative. We also meet Parminder Nagra as Mira Malik, a field agent on Cooper's team. Amir Arison as Aram Mushtabai, a cyber expert. Mazan Marno is Samar Navabi, an Israeli Mossad agent who joins the team, and Hisham Tawfik as Dembazuma, Reddington's bodyguard. It's a fabulous cast. Let's take a deeper look into these stars. Here's some things you might not know. We'll start with James Todd Spader. The American actor and producer has had quite a career, appearing in films such as Stargate in 1994, psychological thriller Crash in 1996, and more recently, voicing Ultron in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Spader was born on February 7th, 1960, making him 61 this year in Boston. He speaks fondly of his childhood. He told Playboy magazine that he grew up in a progressive home, surrounded by dominant and influential women. That left a great impression. He hopped between multiple schools before dropping out at the age of 17 to move to New York City and pursue a career in acting. While waiting to be discovered in theater, Spader took on odd jobs with various levels of success. For instance, he worked at Claremont Stables in the Upper West Side, shoveling horse manure, as well as sleeping through yoga classes that he was supposed to be teaching. The lights were turned down, the heat was turned up, he told Rolling Stones magazine. In fact, Spader met his first wife in a yoga studio, decorator Victoria Keel, and he married in 1987 and had 2 sons together. He filed for divorce in 2004. In 2002, James began dating a previous co-star, Leslie Stephenson. They have 1 son together. He's had quite a life, but how about his co-star Megan Boone? Boone plays the younger sidekick throughout the series, but the actress has packed a lot into her young life. Born in 1983 in Michigan and raised in Florida, Megan says that she knew she wanted to be an actress from the age of 7 when her grandparents took her to New York to see a Broadway play. Boone has been romantically involved with 52-year-old photographer, painter, sculptor, and production designer Dan Easterbrook since 2015. She announces their engagement on Live with Kelly and Michael in 2016 and gave birth to their daughter in April that year. Next up, Harry Lennix. Lennix, who portrays Harold Cooper in 174 episodes to date, feels very lucky for his chance to play the FBI Assistant Director. "I'm grateful for the job," he told Collider, "and I like the job, in addition to being grateful." Harry was born on November 16th, 1964, making him 56 years old. His mother was African American and his father was a Creole from Louisiana. In his senior year at Northwestern University, he was the coordinator of the African American Student Organization at the college. Harry married Djena Graves in 2009, and the happy couple has set up home in Los Angeles. Let's talk about Canadian actor Diego Klanoff. As well as playing FBI agent Donald Ressler, Klanoff has had a host of other roles, from Mike Faber in Homeland to Derek and Whistler and Shane Oman in Mean Girls. He was born in November 1979, making him 41 years years old in French River, Nova Scotia. His father was originally from Germany and settled in Canada before Diego was born. For most of his childhood, he wanted to be a professional basketball player, but he ended up moving to Toronto at the age of 19, instead choosing to pursue a career in acting. For the next few years, Kladnoff worked in bars while taking acting lessons and theater workshops with some of the country's most notable acting coaches before getting his big break in Mean Girls, released in 2004. He's an icon in the film and television world, but he keeps his personal life remarkably, well, personal. We know that he's straight and that he's married to an unidentified woman, but the pair have chosen to keep a private life at home. When asked in an interview why he doesn't show her off to the world, he answered, "She is a typical lady who doesn't like attention one bit." Mysterious. Ryan Eggold, who plays Liz's husband in the show, Tom Keene, has been slightly more open about his dating life. He's not currently married. Born in Lakewood, California in August of 1984, is of German, Croatian, and Austrian Jewish descent and began a successful career in the theater. He studied at the University of Southern California until he landed his first break in Brothers and Sisters. Although it was rumored that he and his Blacklist co-star Megan Boone were an item, this was proven false when she announced her engagement and pregnancy in 2016. "I'm an old man and go for the quiet," Eggold said in a 2014 interview with the Daily Telegraph. "I wouldn't say I handle attention well. I'd say I stumble over pickup lines poorly. I'm not good at any of that. I've been a 90-year-old man since I was 12 years old." It sounds like Eggold is still single. For now, we can find him at home with his dog. Parminder Nagra also had a starring role in the show as Mira Malik, a field agent on Cooper's FBI team. What do we know about her? You might recognize Parminder's face from her recurring role on the ABC TV series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or 2002 film Bend It Like Beckham. And in Blacklist, she brings a British twist to the show as Mira Malik, a top FBI agent. Nagra was born on the 5th of October 1975 in Leicester, England. She'll turn 46 this year. Her parents were both Sikh factory workers who emigrated from the Punjab region of India in the 1960s. At school, she played the viola in the school orchestra and performed in her first productions. She decided not to go to university and moved to London in pursuit of a career in the theater and film. She married photographer James Stenson in 2009. Having been together for 7 years previously, they were joined at the wedding by Nagra's ER co-star Scott Grimes, John Stamos, and Maura Tierney, who performed and officiated at the wedding. They gave birth to their son in May of 2009, but the pair divorced in 2013. A few less well-known faces also joined the cast. Amir Arison is Aram Mojtabai, an FBI cyber expert. An American-Israeli actor, Amir was born in March 1978 in St. Louis, Missouri. The 43-year-old appears to be single and currently lives with his dog Reina. Mazan Marno is Samar Navabi, an Israeli Mossad agent who joins the team. The House of Cards and Blacklist actress was born in Los Angeles in May of 1980 and is at the age of 41 and is of Iranian heritage. Her parents are both from Iran and met in California. She currently lives in Brooklyn, New York, and although her career is taking off, she remains pretty private about her dating life. And finally, Hisham Tawfik is Dembe Zuma, Reddington's bodyguard, born on May 17, 1970 at the age of 51 in New York. Hisham is another one who seems to want to keep his private life private. However, outside of the show, the actor maintains a close friendship with some of his Blacklist co-stars. Amir and Harry Lennix are probably the two cast members I'm closest to because Amir and I both entered the show in the same way as far as knowing what our role was, and it slowly turned into something, he said in an interview. I think that's how we connected. Then we have just continued to do so. I don't know what it is that we have in common. When I'm on set, I chat with everybody, but as far as being offset, Amir has been to my house for barbecues or we have hooked up for birthday parties. He and Harry came to my fire service retirement party. So there are just different levels of friendships. So that's a rundown of the life and loves of the stars of our favorite NBC show. We would love to know who your favorite character is and which moments stand out of the 174 episodes. Leave us a comment. In the meantime, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.